Somewhere, right now, someone is standing in a hospital corridor at 3 in the morning, waiting for news that could break them. And somehow, they are still standing. Somewhere else, someone just lost the only income their family had, and instead of collapsing, they are already making the first phone call to fix it. Neither of them feels strong in that moment. Neither of them would call themselves tough. But something in them is holding. This episode is about what that something actually is, and why almost nobody is born with it. The lie about strength. There is a version of strength that is loud. It flexes, it performs, it needs an audience. And then there is the other kind. The kind that shows up at 4 in the morning when no one is watching. The kind that keeps a promise made to no one but yourself. The kind that says nothing, asks for nothing, and simply holds. Most people think mental toughness is something you're born with, a trait like eye color, handed to a lucky few at birth. That belief is comfortable. It's also wrong. Mental toughness is not a trait. It is a practice, built the same way a callus is built, through repeated, deliberate contact with something hard, until what once caused pain no longer does. Why comfort is the enemy? Picture two people, same age, same starting point. One of them, every single time something gets difficult, chooses the easier path, snoozes the alarm, avoids the hard conversation, quits the moment the task stops feeling good. The other, in those same exact moments, chooses the harder right thing, not because it feels good, but because they decided once that they would. 5 years pass. They are no longer similar people. One has quietly rehearsed weakness 1,000 small times. The other has quietly rehearsed strength 1,000 small times. Neither of them noticed it happening day to day. That's the part almost nobody sees. The goal is not to manufacture suffering. The goal is to stop running from the hardship that already finds you, and to treat it as training, not punishment. The 3 pillars. The first pillar is discipline. Imagine someone whose alarm goes off before sunrise. Every part of them wants to stay in bed. It's cold, it's dark. No one would know if they didn't get up. They get up anyway, not because they feel motivated, because they decided, long before that moment, what kind of person they were going to be, and motivation was never invited into that decision. Motivation is a feeling. Feelings are unreliable. Discipline does not ask how you feel. It asks only, did you do what needed to be done? The second pillar is patience. Nothing worth building is built quickly. Impatience wants the harvest without the season, and when the harvest doesn't come on demand, it mistakes waiting for failure. The third pillar is self-command. Picture someone insulted in front of a room full of people. Every instinct says, fight back, humiliate them the way they just tried to humiliate you. And then, a pause. A choice. They answer calmly, or they don't answer at all. That half-second pause is the entire skill. Everyone feels anger. Strength is not the absence of that feeling. It's the space you build between feeling it and acting on it. Respect as a form of strength. There is a mistaken idea that strength and respect are opposites, that to be tough, you must be hard toward people. The opposite is true. Picture someone who has every reason to be arrogant, genuinely good at what they do, widely respected, and yet, when a younger, less experienced person makes a mistake in front of them, they correct it quietly, without a single word meant to humiliate. That is not softness.
That is strength that has nothing left to prove. Anyone can lash out. It requires no training. But to stay respectful under provocation, to answer harshness with steadiness, that is the mark of someone who has already done the inner work.
Work is character, not just income. Picture two workers doing the exact same job, side by side. One cuts corners the moment no one is watching. The other does the same task with full care, even when it will never be noticed. The task, in both cases, gets finished. But the two people who did it are not the same afterward. One reinforced a habit of shortcuts. The other reinforced a habit of integrity, and habits, repeated over years, become character. Gratitude as a weapon against despair. Picture someone who just lost something they cannot get back. A chance, a person, a version of the future they were counting on. Bitterness would be the easy response, understandable even. But somewhere inside them, they choose to look for what remains, instead of only what was taken. That is not naive positivity. It does not deny the pain. It simply refuses to let the pain be the only thing seen. And a person who can do that has built an inner floor that despair cannot fall through. The practice, not the moment. Mental toughness is never built in the big, dramatic moment. It's built in the thousands of small, unremarkable ones that come before it. The early wake-up no one saw. The insult absorbed instead of returned. The work done carefully when no one was watching. None of it feels significant at the time, but it accumulates, quietly, into something that, when the real test finally comes, does not need to be built in a hurry. It is already there, waiting, steady. That is the weight you were built to carry. Not because it will always be light, but because you will have already trained yourself to carry it.